Yeah, if I think about how psychedelics impacted my relationship to my parents, it's I wouldn't know where to start. But what just came to my mind is that, well, I think in one of my very first psychedelic experiences, I got into this whole game, I'd say relatively early in my early 20s. I've grown up without my dad most of my life. My mother had quite some narcissistic tendencies, and she cut out my dad from the age of 4, more or less. Um, and I I always knew that even as a, I don't know, 12, 13 years old, that I would have to face my father one day. And I think, if I remember correctly, I think it was maybe my second or third LSD journey where, yeah, I did it in the home I grew up in by myself. No one was there. And I remember this message, like receiving this message, receiving it on a very deep emotional somatic level, that I was being loved from both of my parents.
Wow.
No matter where each of them fell short, they both loved me. And even if I didn't had any contact with my dad for more than 18 years, I didn't even know what that guy looked like. I felt that I was being loved, And it must have been a few weeks later that I actually had so the only touch point I had with my dad was a postcard that he sent every year for my birthday. And I had hidden this one postcard for, must have been like 7 years, and on the postcard there was his address. And one day I decided, it was Black Friday, I think 2020. I got into my car in the morning and just started driving down to the south of Germany. It was a 6-7 hours ride. No one knew nothing about it. And I got there, and it was like one of the most surreal, most touching, most intense moments of my life. I got there, rang the bell, and there was this voice asking, "Hey, who's there?" And I said, "Yannick Noah Bernard, your son. I want to talk to my dad."